Hey everybody, this is your coach Beth Creek, and I'm from the South, and we really know good food in the South. I especially love sweets. I have a big sweet tooth, and Shakeology has helped me to cut out the sugar. So I want to share how I make my Shakeology every day. My husband Josh and I both love to drink it. We got chocolate. Every morning we have one for breakfast. And the reason I make it the way I do is because several years ago, Josh and I used to get something at Planet Smoothie called Chocolate Elvis. And it was so good. We loved it. It had all kinds of chocolate syrup in it and peanut butter and banana. And I don't know if it was yogurt or ice cream, but it was all mixed together and it was so good, but it was full of sugar, full of calories, not very healthy. And so this is the healthy version of the Chocolate Elvis that we love so much. It tastes just as good, and like I said, this completely takes away my craving for sweets. I feel like I'm getting a treat every single morning. It helps me get out of bed because I'm looking so forward to it every day. So this is how I make my shake. First of all, I am going to take about 4 ounces of water. So I've got me a measuring cup right here. And I am going to measure out about 4 ounces. There we go. And then to the 4 ounces of water, I am going to add some coconut milk. Sometimes I use almond milk, or you can just use all water. Now you have to remember when you're making your shake that what you add to your shake does count as part of your containers that you can have every day. And if you look on page 38, it tells you about beverages that you can have. And so according to this, 3 times a week you can replace one of your yellow containers with one of these beverages. And so coconut milk you can have, it is unsweetened. And I always choose unsweetened because I don't want added sugar to it. And it says 12 ounces. Well, I'm only going to use 4 ounces just to add a little bit more richness and flavor. I do like this brand of coconut milk and also this brand of almond milk because it is non-GMO project verified. If y'all aren't familiar with GMOs, it's something really good to research. They're genetically modified, and I try to avoid genetically modified produce, ingredients of any kind. And especially soy, because a lot of the soy that's made that is grown in America is genetically modified. So if you get soy milk, the Silk brand should have this non-GMO project verified on it. Okay, so I'm gonna shake it up a little bit, and then I am gonna add 4 more ounces for a total of 8 ounces of liquid. And you can kind of play around with this a little bit because on the Shakeology bag, on the instructions, it says that you can add 8 to 12 ounces of cold water or beverage. So I'm adding 8, but I'm also going to be adding ice, which will add additional liquid to it. Okay, so I'm going to use my blender. I always use a blender because if you just tried to shake it and mix it up, I don't think it would mix up very well. So always make sure you use your blender. So I'm going to pour in the 8 ounces of liquid. Okay, and I like to add a banana to mine. If you want to, you can beforehand have opened up your banana and broken it into little pieces and freeze it in a freezer bag, and that'll just mean less ice that you would have to add, and it may make it even taste a little bit sweeter and more and richer. But I'm fine with just doing it like this. This is how I usually do it. So I'll add 1 banana. Okay, then I'm going to add a teaspoon of peanut butter. And remember, everything we're adding here, I've got to count as my container. So I've got to count this banana. I've also got to count the peanut butter. And the peanut butter is going to count as one of the teaspoons here that I'm allowed to have. According to my calories, I can have 4 teaspoons a day of these things that are listed. I usually do 1 teaspoon of the peanut butter. You can also do almond butter, would be really good. Sometimes if I want it extra peanut buttery, I might add 2 teaspoons. I just make sure that I count that for the day. So the peanut butter I got is all natural creamy peanut butter. And it's not organic. I do like to buy organic when I can, but this particular grocery store does not have organic peanut butter. So this was the next best thing I could find. What I like about this peanut butter, and I'm going to recommend that you read all your labels, is that the ingredients are only dry roasted peanuts and salt. There's no added sugar, no like corn syrup or anything like that, because for me, I am trying to cut out sugar from my diet. It has been a real struggle for me in the past. And so that's something that now I am really doing a makeover of my diet, because I feel so much better when I'm not eating sugar. Okay, so I've got my teaspoon here, and I'm going to measure out a teaspoon of peanut butter and dump this in there. Okay, it's a little bit messy. I try to get every single little drop I can because it's so good. So I'm going to try to get it, every bit of it in there. Okay, now I've added my peanut butter. So next thing I'm going to add is the Shakeology. Okay, now they recommend kind of shaking it up a little bit, just to kind of loosen it up in there so it's not all packed in there so tight. And then gonna get 1 level scoop. That looks good. Perfect. Dump it in there. Okay. And something I really love about Shakeology, it doesn't have artificial stuff in it. I'm really particular about eating artificial sweeteners, artificial ingredients, and this is just chock full of really good stuff, superfoods, and no artificial preservatives or anything like that in it. Okay, and remember on page 29, your red containers, that Shakeology 1 scoop actually counts as 1 container. Okay, so now I'm going to add my ice. And the amount of ice you add depends on how thick you want your shake. If I notice that I'm getting it too thick, I might add just a little bit more water, because water's free. It's not going to count anything on your containers. And it's always good to get extra water in your diet. But you don't want it watered down too much, because you want that sweet, chocolatey, yummy taste. So I'm going to start with I'm going to say about half of my ice cubes here in my tray. And I'm going to try that and just see how it is. And you want to blend it for a while to make sure you get it all broke up really good and mixed up really well together. Okay, let me look in and see. It's looking good. I think it could use a little bit more ice. So I'm going to drop some more down in there. Turn it up on high. Yum. It's looking really good. Looks like it's going to be perfect. And I'm looking to make sure all the ice is blended really well, because I don't like ice crystals in mine. And that looks perfect. I want all the ice out, all of it, blended really well. I want the banana all blended up really well. Okay, now I need my Shakeology cup. And here we go. Set it right here. This really is honestly my favorite meal of the day. And you can see about how thick I got mine. It's just, about like a milkshake you would go get at Sonic or something. Yum, yum, yum. And every morning I try to get every little drop out because it's so good. I don't want to waste any of it. Okay, so like I said, I usually have mine for breakfast every morning. I look forward to it every day, and I think that you all will too. So enjoy. It's good.